welcome everyone to the Lifelong Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Molly from Three Pines Leadership, and thank you so much for joining me for yet another episode. We are in the thick of it, my friends. That's right. We're flap dab in flap dab. Is that even a phrase? I don't know. We're smack dab. That's what I'm trying to say. We're smack dab in the middle of the passive income series that I've been putting together for you. We're going to talk about all of these different ways to bring money into your world. And I'm not talking about summoning them with thoughts in your head. I'm talking about actual strategies and things that you need to understand in order to really start taking advantage of the world of passive income and start making money in your sleep. That's pretty much the basics of it. Make money in your sleep. That's right. Connect with me on social media. I'm Coach Molly with an E on Twitter. I want to know, what kind of passive income strategies have you come across? What questions do you have about them? This is a limited series. This is a short series we're doing for about a month here on the Lifelong Podcast, just focusing on passive income. But if you're interested and want to know more about it, I can definitely do more episodes about that, or I can point you in the direction of some pretty awesome people who focus on this kind of stuff. But today we are talking about another one of my passive income secrets, and that's leveraging. So this is what I like to call leveraged income. Yeah. There's a couple ways to do it, but I want to focus on one that does take a lot of effort up front compared to a lot of the other strategies. So this is a strategy that will require some possibly sleepless nights up front, but once it gets going, it's honestly like just turning on the tap. So I do a lot of business online. I'm one of those people I guess you would call a serial entrepreneur. I'm constantly coming up with new businesses. Some of them do well and I end up selling them, and some of them don't do as well and I end up folding them up or turning them into something else. It's all about trying different options. Just keep going. Just try. It's that mentality of turning your failures into stepping stones to your success. But that's not what I want to talk about here. Today we're talking about leveraged income. So I want to talk about businesses in terms of turning something into creating something from nothing. So leveraged income is the idea that you're using other people's efforts or resources to create value. And I'm not saying you're exploiting people and you're using them for free. No, it's the idea that you recognize that we each bring really unique talents and abilities to the table. So what I do is I create teams of people who are really great at different things, and I bring them all to the table with an objective, and I drive people towards our result. But how we get there is up to the people at the table there. And together we create this awesome value out of nothing, just using our skills, talents, and abilities. And so that I'm my slice of the pie that I'm getting is value that's been created thanks to other people. So there's that you can do. It's something that works both short-term and long-term on different levels. So if you want to think short-term in terms of leveraged income, I talk more about leveraging audiences and leveraging traffic. So it does it does require some work behind the scenes, but you can then create or generate traffic, which is leads and possible sales, through other people's audiences by appearing on other people's podcasts or on their YouTube channels, or et cetera, or having them on yours as well, and you can then leverage their expertise. So I put together summits, and one of the things that is leveraging. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing a bunch of experts together. I'm creating value off of their expertise. So that's leveraging their expertise to create value, right? I also do a lot of a lot of project or launch-based projects. And in doing that, I have a lot of different pieces to the puzzle, and I don't want to have to do all of them. So I'll hire someone to be my graphic designer. I'll hire someone to fulfill the role of copywriter. That way, it's outsourcing, I guess you could say. But really what I'm doing is I'm leveraging the abilities of other people, of other experts to do the work that I need. I pay them what they're due, but by putting those pieces together, I create more value. So I guess it's the, excuse me, the final project is worth more than the sum of its parts. And that is, again, leveraging other people's expertise. So think about how you can step back, how as a business owner, you want to ideally set up a business that you can step away from, that other people will run for you. So think about how you can do that and by leveraging them. You can also think about leveraged income by looking at borrowed money. I'm not a huge fan of any of that kind of stuff, but you can connect with partners and like joint venture partners, for example, who are willing to put up that resource. Don't always think of money as a big bad devil. Think about money as yet another resource. Time is a resource. Money is a resource. People's expertise is a resource. Look at all of the different resources you have available to you, and how can you move those pieces on your chessboard to get to your final objective. So thank you for joining me for this episode, my friends, of the Lifelong Podcast. This has been part of the Passive Income mini series. If you're enjoying it, let me know. You can find us on all of your favorite podcast platforms and in video format on YouTube on the Three Pines Leadership YouTube channel. I'm Coach Molly from Three Pines Leadership. Thank you again for joining me. Until next time, remember, I love you and be excellent.